Hey, Jen Walker here. I am excited to share with you some thoughts that I had. I have been in Vegas and teaching some information to a big old group, which was super fun. And one thing I love about teaching is that you can go deeper into the concepts that you're understanding at a deeper level. So, like when you teach it, you learn it twice. I love that. So, I wanted to share with you how do we create what we want? And one thing that happens is that our brains are naturally going to not figure things out for us. It takes a lot of brain power. It really does, because our limbic system always wants to avoid pain and seek pleasure and have the simple life, right? But our prefrontal cortex, we can get what we want in life when we're intentional about that. So, number one, we have to know what we want and find your current reality. A lot of times we close our eyes to our current reality because it's not very pretty. But we don't know how, if you don't know how bad the wound is, like if you cut your arm and you think it just needs a band-aid, but really you need stitches, then you can't assess and move forward. So, step one, figure out your current reality. And a lot of times too, that we want to be peaceful and have deeper connection with ourselves and with others, and that happens through awareness of self. And I don't know if you've ever really thought about that before. We're going to have so many things that we want to change, and we can see things in other people so easily, and that's where a health coach comes in, or a life coach, because it helps you see things you wouldn't otherwise see because you're in your own brain. So it's so helpful for that. Our brains are like machines. They want to be habitual. They want to like make things easy. They want to have it be like repetitive. So we can form things that are habits that serve us. We have automatic thoughts that do serve us. And we also have automatic thoughts that do not serve us. And if you're trying to figure out like where you are on that, I'll give you an example. If you want to start to love your body and you find right now that your current reality is you hate your body and that you say that in your head, one of the things you can do to start this process is write down and do a mind dump several days in a row. Maybe you do it for like one full week or more, where you're writing everything that's in your head onto paper by pen or pencil, and that you'll see some correlating things that are the same, like reoccurring themes. And when you see those, that is where you can kind of start. So if your goal was to have a healthy body and actually like it, to like love yourself as is right now, number one, do the little mind dump thing. So you have a pattern that you can see. And then number two, you're going to want to know where you're going. So if you want to love your body, then what we call a structural tension chart is really helpful in this example, because you'll have your current reality, and then up on the top you're going to have something that will be your goal, which could be like loving yourself at the current state. And then you're going to have a gap here, and there's going to be steps. So what kind of steps can you take to do that? I'm telling you, number one is gratitude. So you need to find what things you do have with your body that you are grateful for. And you need to recognize the thought that you hate your body is a thought for sure that you're choosing to think. So when that comes in your mind, you can start believing something else that's smaller. Now, you don't want to go straight to I love myself, which was the top goal, because your brain will reject it. So being grateful for what you do have. So saying, I have awesome, amazing toes, or I have the cutest little, like I have great skin, or whatever it is for you, and finding a way to kind of work up and work around. And when you get to the areas possibly on your body that you're not loving, you have them. You have those parts. Isn't that a good thing? Some people don't have an arm. Some people don't have, a leg or whatever. So really having that gratitude piece, and then choosing to, when that pops in your mind, to say that you don't like your body. You can say, oh, I noticed my brain pattern, and then you switch it with a thought that serves you, like, I love this, or I'm learning, I have a body. That's a great phrase to say. I have a body. I'm grateful for that. So those are some things that will help you. And here's a like real life example. So I have this friend who's amazing. And she and I have known each other since I was like 11, and now I'm like 30 plus. So she was saying, well, when she was in high school, she ended up getting burned in an accident at school. She was life flighted to the University of Utah, where she was in the burn unit for months and months and months. And when she went in, there was another girl that was admitted at the same day, and that girl was paralyzed. And so my friend, I don't know if you've seen a burn patient, but she's had like a billion surgeries to help in all different directions. She had skin grafts. They have to like stretch the skin. She even had like these balloons that were like actually put inside her body, and they expanded to stretch the skin. I mean, crazy stuff, right? And she said that she would never tell herself that she didn't like her body, because that girl that was admitted became, on the same day, was paralyzed, and she couldn't walk out of the building. And my friend went right to gratitude, that I'm so grateful I have a body that works. So I thought that was pretty amazing to see that as an example of, she could have totally said she hates her body all these years, and genuinely she does love her body. And like, she's single, and there's a lot of guys that would like her right now, and it's just kind of fun for her. And so I'm glad for her to not have believed the thought that could have come from her limbic system that would have not served her in any way. So I hope this is helpful to you. We gave the example of like a thought. I want to give one more example really fast of how you can use this same structural tension chart, and I'll have it linked below, of how you can help with another thing that you want. So I don't know if you know what compulsions are, but they're things you do that are automated, like you do it automatically, and that maybe don't serve you, or that you just do unconsciously. And we want awareness. We want to build awareness. And so if you're like shaking your leg, or chewing a piece of gum, like you chomp really, really lots, or like, what are some other compulsions? Judging. There's also one like checking your phone. And so if you have, we'll do this again. So I'll give you an example of like checking your phone. So maybe you have current reality. I check my phone. Fact, I check my phone this many times a day. Okay, so like if you counted like in one day how many times you touched your phone, or you could like look at the time that you're on social media or whatever it is for you. So you have your current reality, and then you have your goal that you're intentional with your phone, which means, and then define that. And then you're going to have the steps to get in there in between. And so maybe like one of the steps could be, every time I think about going to my phone, I'm going to hug my kid instead. Another one could be, when I have the set, like I hear it, I turn off my notifications. That would be so helpful for that structural tension. And then another one could be that you only put it in airplane mode for these certain hours of the day. Or maybe that you time block, and that you're using your phone in times that will serve you, like if you work and you're using your phone for work, that you're using it from 2 to 3, or whatever it is for you. So use a structural tension chart and think about some of those behaviors that are automated, that are automatic, that you're not aware of, and that don't serve you. And just work on like one small thing at a time. Find an accountability partner and share your successes and wins, because that's really important part of change, is to have a buddy. So I hope that this is helpful. I hope you guys have a great day. Share any takeaways, and share and subscribe down below if this video brings value to you. Have a great day.